Welcome to Vskills YouTube channel. In this video, you will learn about the top interview questions for telesales executive. So, let's get started. Question number 1. What will you do when a customer is required to be put on hold but is not agreeing to it? The answer is: if a customer objects to put his call put on hold since he fears being kept long on hold. In the given situations following are suggested. Politely request the customer that it is important to put his or her call on hold. Tell him or her clearly the objective due to which the line needs to be put on hold. In case the customer is reluctant to be on hold, then you can ask any co-employee to retrieve the information required. It is suggested to be online and keep the customer attended. Lastly, you can also ask the customer to disconnect the line at that moment and ensure to give them a call back. Question number 2. What are the basic steps to be considered during the call? The answer is: firstly, greet the customer politely. Secondly, introduce yourself to the customer. Thirdly, make clear the objective of the call. Then, provide complete information about the product or business you are promoting. After that, make the customer understand how the objective of the call can be beneficial for them. Lastly, close the call with a warm endnote. Question number 3. Why do you want to be a telesales representative? The answer is: I consider myself as someone with good communication skills over the phone and with the ability to generate sales lead. I have great listening skills and can work well with different types of personalities on the phone. Question number 4. This job is quite tedious or say boring. How will you motivate yourself to work every day? The answer is: this job is not boring for me as I prefer doing repetitive work as there is no tension of thinking as we will get the prepared scripts and sales pitches. Moreover, we have to work on the same scripts but will work with all kinds of prospects with new voices every day. Question number 5. What techniques will you use for selling something? The answer is: suppose if I am selling a pen, then, it is important to tell the features like for what purpose they need it, writing at school, at work, signing letters, or just for the image, and then start your talk from there, saying how the product matches the purpose. Question number 6. What is an auto dialer? The answer is: this refers to an electronic device or software used by telemarketer for dialing phone numbers automatically. Question number 7. What is the process of making a cold call for generating leads? The answer is: for turning a cold call into the lead, it is required to have the right motivation and skill. Here, the main focus should be to backtrack for a moment and then offer what you have when you have fully understood what is the landscape of the situation. This requires a positive attitude. Question number 8. What do you understand about the do not call list or registry? The answer is: this is a list of phone numbers that call centers cannot call unless they have a long business relationship with the owner of the number. However, it is vital to check the D&D status in the outbound call. Question number 9. What factors make a call successful? The answer is: firstly, ensure that the first impression of the call is good and polite during the full call. Secondly, behave professionally. Thirdly, it is very important to be dedicated to a call. The opposite can be identified very easily on a call. Then, make sure to clear the objective of the call before you make one. Lastly, it is not always important to sell over the phone, instead connect with the customer and make the deal in the business place. Question number 10. Explain the categories of telemarketing. The answer is: marketing can be categorized into categories which include lead generation, sales calls, outbound calls, inbound calls. Question number 11. List some of the common telemarketing fraud. The answer is: some of the common telemarketing fraud are charity purpose, asking for advance payment or fee, a false representation of office supplies, fake verification calls, fraud by overcapturing increased payments, bank-related frauds, lottery. Question number 12. What is the time duration for putting up a campaign? The answer is: 1 working week is good enough for preparing the data, briefing the telemarketer, and ensuring everything are in place to start. Question number 13. How many calls do a telemarketer make in a day? The answer is: a good telemarketer will make between average calls of around 100 to 115 in a day, depending on the level of decision maker. However, you can expect between 20 and 45 decision maker contacts a day. Question number 14. What is the process of campaign results? The answer is: on a daily basis, companies split the data into several sections. The main section will remain as it is, but they copy and paste things like appointments, short-term leads, long-term leads, info requests, and clients to deal with, into separate sections for easy access. This process is done in Excel. Question number 15. What if people want the details of the product? How to check if they genuinely want to buy or not? The answer is: this can happen a lot. You get to recognize which are genuinely interested and which are time wasters simply by asking a few questions before you end the call. However, many of the products we promote are things that people will not hand a credit card over for. They tend to be in the thousands of pounds. So, take consideration before making a decision. Always have something you can send that will add on to a potential client. Question number 16. What is a Telezapper? The answer is: the Telezapper is the only product that releases a signal that tells predictive dialer computers your number is disconnected. However, unlike answering machines or caller ID, once the Telezapper's tone is released, your number is removed from the computer's call list. This in turn lets fewer and fewer annoying telemarketing calls. Question number 17. What is the process of Telezapper to zap telemarketers? The answer is: Telezapper utilizes the technology of telemarketers' automatic dialing equipment against them. That is to say, when you or your answering machine picks up a call, the Telezapper releases a special tone that fools the computer into thinking your number is disconnected. Rather than connecting you to a salesperson, the computer stores your number as disconnected in its database. Question number 18. What is the process of telemarketing calls? The answer is: there are many telemarketing call centers globally, with the majority of telemarketing calls being dialed by a computer known as an autodialer or predictive dialer. Predictive dialers can dial up to 3 to 5 numbers simultaneously and can make as many as 500,000 calls between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. However, when you answer your phone, the computer connects you to a live telemarketer who tries to sell you something. And, anyhow you didn't pick the call, then your number will be put back in the database to be called again later. Question number 19. What are mail shots? The answer is: mail shots can be considered as the cheapest way of achieving few results. Commonly 1 to 3% response is achieved in any area where mail shots are used. However, they are not seen by the real decision maker. Question number 20. Define telemarketing and telesales. The answer is: telesales refers to the use of the telephone for selling and promoting products or services to a business or consumer base. And telemarketing refers to anything related to the use of the telephone, including telesales. Question number 21. What if your system stops working and the customer is still on the call? How will you handle this situation? The answer is: if the system crashes in the middle of a call, then you should ask the customer for holding for some time. However, if the power is not back, then, firstly, try to resolve their problem with your knowledge. After that, apologize for the inconvenience caused. Lastly, request them to call back or write down contact details so that you can call back once the system is restored. Question number 22. Describe some of the good telephone etiquettes. The answer is: while attending to a client or customer on phone, some basic telephone etiquette must be followed. Firstly, quickly answering the phone. Secondly, ensure that the customer is greeted well. Thirdly, when putting a line on hold, take permission from the customer on the other end. While transferring a call, make sure you do it the right and a polite way. Lastly, at the end of a call, ensure that the customer is satisfied and does not have any queries. Question number 23. Define deceptive telemarketing. The answer is: when there is any misleading of any product information conveyed to attract customers is termed as deceptive. For the avoidance of deceptive telemarketing: firstly, no telemarketer should represent a product with false information. Secondly, there must be no lottery, chance, and skill-based offers. Thirdly, prize delivery is conditional and is not conveyed at the beginning. Lastly, selling products at a very high price. Question number 24. Explain the disclosure in telemarketing. The answer is: there are a few disclosures. Firstly, the disclosure of identity, on behalf of which the call should be done at the starting of the call in a polite and fair manner. Secondly, there must be a complete description of the product or business being put forward. Thirdly, the cost and terms and conditions related to the product should be delivered clearly. Lastly, no information must be left related to the product. Question number 25. Explain the elements contributing to project a positive image of telesales executive to the customer. The answer is: in the telemarketing industry, It is important to know how to use your voice and choose your words for projecting a positive image while taking a call. Some of the elements include vocal quality, vocal tone, use of appropriate words, rate of speech, pitch of the tone, attitude, body language. Question number 26. What is the core of telemarketing according to you? The answer is: the main core or priority should be customers. As if they do not buy, we cannot sell. However, the complete marketing sector runs due to end consumers, so it should be our responsibility to provide customer satisfaction and delivering what they expect from us. Question number 27. What are your views on unwanted marketing? The answer is: unwanted marketing is a crime by the law, but one can opt out of it by filing a petition or a request in court. Only some firms are free from this law. However, for avoiding unwanted marketing, one can file a request in the court to be in the list of numbers that are not to be called by telemarketing firms. According to my point of view, telemarketing should be handled more responsibly for avoiding such situations and maintaining the standards of marketing. Question number 28. Describe in your words customer satisfaction. The answer is: any business is based upon the quality of the service offered to the customer. For doing this, it is important to understand the customer's needs and problems. So, you have to think from their point of view and try to meet their demands and requirements. Question number 29. How is direct marketing different from telemarketing? The answer is: direct marketing can be considered as selling the product directly to the consumer in a non-retail setting by pre-targeting them and without involving any middleman. In this, there is direct communication with the consumer by regular mail, email, text messages, phone calls, catalogs, coupons, advertisements, flyers, and social media postings. However, the aim of direct marketing is for persuading the consumer to take action and buy the products on offer, either on the spot or later. Question number 30. How do you build the trust of the customer on call? The answer is: for building the trust of the customer on call, it is important to consider few points. Speak confidently. Be honest and transparent. Take control of the situation. Show genuine interest. Give all the appropriate information. For more such videos, subscribe to our channel.